Welcome back to Once Upon a Tiny Farm. My name's Drew, and today we're going to be talking about these Dollar Tree stackable planters versus the Greenstalk garden planter. And we'll talk about the pros and cons of both because I've used them both a bit extensively now, and tell you which one might be better for you depending on your situation. So stick around for this video. So right here in front of me I have the Dollar Tree stackable planters. Now obviously the biggest pro of these planters is that they're very cheap. Each one of these layers is $1.25. You can get them in bulk on the Dollar Tree website, and I think they come in 36 of them in a pack. So the pro is obviously the price is much cheaper than the Greenstalk. However, the downsides to these stackable planters is that what I found is you can't really stack them as high as you would one of these Greenstalks because there is no complicated, sophisticated watering system like the Greenstalk has that evenly waters each layer. So what I found is that these Dollar Tree planters... What are you doing? Do you need to go to the bathroom? Okay. These Dollar Tree planters, I don't stack anymore higher than 3 or 4 tiers because it's a lot easier to water them when they're only that high. When they're higher than that, they don't get sufficient watering in the lower levels, and when they don't get sufficient watering, plants start to die. And they're already at a disadvantage because these pots are not very deep. So that kind of limits what you can grow in these. And what I have here is cilantro growing in here. I'm actually going to be, while we're on video, I might as well do this. I started some lavender actually from seed. I saw a post that's actually a flex by gardeners when they say, yeah, I started that from seed. I started lavender from seed. These pots are going to be best suited for herbs like cilantro, dill, parsley, or flowers. And I'm going to be planting lavender in here just to add some more flowers in here. Oh, there's lots of ants in here. What the heck? One of the... I don't like ants. One of the downsides to this pot can be the soil dries out kind of quickly. So you want to make sure you have really good soil, at least a soil that's good at holding on to moisture. Probably something high in peat moss, coconut coir, something like that. But it also needs to have some nutrients in it too. So find a good potting mix basically for these. But something I learned specifically about lavender is that it doesn't like to be in really wet soil, and it prefers like a drier soil and only being watered like maybe once a week. So I think the lavender might actually do really well in these pots because of the limitations actually work in the favor of a plant like lavender, and probably for other flowers as well. Now, here is my original Greenstalk. Now this is a much more versatile tower garden. I just recently did a video where I installed these ultimate spinner bases where you could spin these around to evenly make sure that they're all getting sun, all different parts of the planter. So there are 2 versions of the Greenstalk, and I have both of them. This is the original planter. They have much deeper pockets, which makes this very versatile. As you can see by the type of plants that I'm growing in this, I have peppers. I've got okra up top. I don't know if the camera's getting the okra. There's tomatoes in here. And this has done fantastic for these specific crops. You can see tomatoes doing fantastic. You could also grow other things. I've seen people do sweet potatoes in here, grow corn. You could probably do squash, watermelon. You just have to make sure you got your spacing okay. But much more versatile than these Dollar Tree planters. You wouldn't be planting things like tomatoes in a Dollar Tree planter because they're just not deep enough, and you're not gonna get much of a harvest, if any, because they're gonna be struggling because there's not enough soil or nutrients for it. I really like this original planter for things like peppers, which I want to grow more of, and I think next year I have 2 of these original planters. I'll probably end up doing peppers in both of them and just putting them all in the freezer for storage because I really like having fresh peppers. Don't like buying peppers at the store. It's just not the same. The other Greenstalk version that I have is called the Leaf, which is, they have shallower pockets than the original planter right here does. The Leaf is where I grew most of my strawberries this year. Actually, probably half of my strawberries were in one of the Greenstalk leaf planters, and they did fantastic. And the reason for that is because of the watering system that the Greenstalk has, where it just waters, you water the top disc and it filters down through every layer, tier of the Greenstalk, and every single pocket gets evenly watered. And that's really important for strawberries. They need a lot of water, something I've discovered in recent years. When we didn't get enough rain and I wasn't irrigating my field, we didn't get much strawberries. This year, I made sure to water these very thoroughly, and all my strawberries in the Greenstalk did fantastic. I have tried to grow strawberry towers using these Dollar Tree planters in the past, and those are actually videos that you can search for. I'll put a link to those. They're some of my most popular videos, but I would not recommend doing that. In fact, I lost a lot of strawberries that I planted in these Dollar Tree planters because they just didn't have enough space for the roots to really grow, and they dried out so quickly, and you really would have to water these constantly to get any kind of harvest. And the harvest that I did get was small, and I just lost a lot of plants that I invested money in, brand new strawberry crowns, and just didn't get much of a harvest because this is not really for strawberries. As much as I wanted it to be a really budget solution for strawberries, these Dollar Tree planters, I actually lost money on it. I thought I was saving money by getting a budget tiered garden tower, but just not for strawberries. But for herbs and flowers, this is fantastic. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to be transplanting some more cilantro. I'm going to be direct seeding some parsley for the fall. I don't know if I have any dill seeds left, but they're going to go in here as well. And like I said, I think this is 4 tiers high. And that's kind of a downside because these are supposed to save space. And when you're only putting them 3 or 4 high, you still kind of have to spread them around quite a bit. So they're going to end up taking space anyway, but you just have to be careful where you put them. So I shared a bit of information there about both of these planters. I think they both have their place, but you have to know what you're planning to do with these planters because, like I said, these smaller planters will save you money over these Greenstalks, but you're limited in what you can plant in them. And as long as you know that, that's fine. And these can still be useful for cilantros and parsleys and dills and flowers, some lavender, things like that. But you're not going to be planting peppers in them. I've tried to do that, failed. It's too shallow. You're not going to be planting other things in them. So these are going to be perfect just for that. And if that's all you want to do with them, that's great. But strawberries, I would plant them in a leaf. Other things, larger crops that need more room, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, an original Greenstalk. I think this is my favorite. This is very versatile, and being able to spin it around, super fun, satisfying, cool. But so many plants you can grow in such a small square footage. And these are nice as well because it's always nice to have herbs, like basil's another thing that I'll be putting in these, transplanting in here. Just plants like that you want to have. You don't want to take up too much space. That would be great to put in a Dollar Tree planter. Just things like that. Alright, that's going to wrap up this video. That's all I wanted to share. Some of my pros and cons of the Greenstalk and the Dollar Tree planters. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new here. Really appreciate that as well. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.